Hello. I wanted to talk about the psychosis that's going on, um, and where I see some of that going, and maybe present some good news for people who have been hoping that something's going to change. So, as the psychosis gets worse, as these people become more and more detached from reality, they're going to start making mistakes. They're going to start making silly mistakes that their behavior is necessitated by their belief system, and upon analysis, it will appear completely irrational. And not only will it appear completely irrational, but the people committing the behavior are going to start to face real world consequences for that behavior. So, an example of this is this video's emerged of one of these psychos attacking another. It's some girl in a classroom attacking one of her, maybe this is high school, I would assume, um, one of her classmates, viciously attacking her. I don't know what led to this, but what it looked like to me was that she was trying to kill this other girl. That she actually wanted to do that, that was her objective, and she was landing these blows with an intent to do that because this was a defenseless, unconscious person. Not only was she attempting murder, but the other people in the class, especially the teacher, can be looked at for not trying to prevent that murder from happening right in front of their face, essentially being an accomplice as far as I'm concerned. Now, a jury will have to look at that, judge will have, and a trial will need to happen. The prosecution will need to look at it, and the defense will need to make the arguments that they can make. Hopefully, this person will be tried as an adult, as they do sometimes when people do especially heinous things as children, because that will give people an opportunity to see what that psychosis leads to, which is real world consequences. And so it's my hope that they try her as an adult for murder, for attempted murder. And I didn't mean murder. I meant attempted murder. I don't think the girl died. Hopefully not, although she may have, based on that assault that I witnessed. I didn't hear about that resolution. But whether it was murder or just attempted murder, I want to see that, and I want to see this person suffer the max consequences under the law for that offense, whatever those happen to be in that state. You know, I don't want bad behavior to go unpunished, because if it does, it will continue. And that shouldn't be acceptable. And people who think that's acceptable should learn that lesson. And they will, because we live in a system, there are rules to this society, and there are laws that are in place, and is a police force and a judicial system that enforces those laws. Well, okay, the police enforce the laws, the judiciary judges the offenders of those laws and commits them to sentences. So the retribution is done in that system. Although sometimes, police do take that into their own hands, but that's a whole other matter. So, living in a system of law, people who are irrational, they're not thinking about all this, dotting their I's and crossing their T's. They're acting out of anger and out of hatred. And, that is reality, dude. So, that's good news as far as I'm concerned. Another irrational thing I saw today was some old guy, I don't even know who this was, some supporter of the narrative, saying, "Oh, look at all these old people boycotting Spotify or whatever. Where's the younger generation? Like, where are you guys at, younger people?" And to me, this was the way he phrased it. It just sounded disparaging, essentially, towards younger people. And this guy's such a twat, he probably doesn't even realize that's the way it's going to come across. But, and maybe he's upset. Maybe he wants to see more aggression, more violence, more action, more silencing of people. And he's not getting what he wants, and so he's getting irrational. And now he's going to isolate. So all these people who are going to read this who are on the fence, they're going to be like, well, fuck you talking to me like that. And they're going to continue to make bad decisions, and it's just, they're going to put themselves in worse and worse circumstances. You know, I saw some person talking about the vaccine mandate. They're like, well, if we don't have mandates, how are we going to get people to vaccinate who aren't vaccinated? And it's like, you're not. That's the fucking answer. The answer is, this is beyond your fucking power. And it's time to accept that. But whether you accept it or not, it'll remain reality. And that is what it is. So, you have to let that one go, kid. You know, if you support a free society, the way I do, then you can have businesses that put those kind of rules in effect, and they can get the customers that they want, and other businesses can get the customers that they want, and you won't have to go to the same businesses as people like me who aren't going to vaccinate. And all this attacking Joe Rogan, I guess he came out and apologized for something or other, some apparently racial remark he made or something. I honestly don't know the full story, and I don't care. See, that's the thing. Like, there's been a lot of discourse, a lot of arguing about specifics relating to the vaccine, but from my perspective, I actually don't care about any of those arguments because it's a waste of energy and time, and I don't feel like I need to validate my own decision any further than to say that I don't trust the manufacturers of the vaccine, I don't trust the government, I don't trust academia, and I've talked about reasons I have for that distrust, and it is what it is. That's enough for me. You know, I could give you a bunch of other reasons. I could waste my time doing that, but I don't see any need to do that. I don't see any need to involve myself whatsoever with this discourse because it really is just that simple for me. So I won't be getting vaccinated, and I won't get vaccinated regardless of whether Rogan's on fucking Spotify, whether people think he's a racist. I haven't even listened. I don't think I've listened to a fucking Joe Rogan episode in probably a year and a half. Like, it doesn't matter to me. It's just like a complete sideshow, and people just wasting a bunch of time and energy trying to convince other people of something that they just have absolutely no power to convince them. So, it doesn't really matter to me, and I won't be getting vaccinated. Just to let you know. Now, you can try to use government force. But government is going to need a whole bigger fucking force than what it's got, because there's a lot of people who don't want to vaccinate, and a lot of those people are real serious about that. But you can do what you think is best, man. Like, I just assume that you're gonna do that. Like, but I just know that this financial system's gonna collapse, and the more bad decisions government makes, the closer we get to that inevitability. And once that happens, the game is over. This great reset, this World Economic Forum, let's have a forum. You present your ideas and I'll present mine. And we'll see how that goes, man. You know, we'll see if they trust you, you know? After, you know, your system of economics has completely fucking failed. After you've been a piece of shit, and just driven people away from you and everything you fucking stand for fucking years. You know? After you've tortured the fucking human population. To stroke your own fucking ego and line your own fucking pockets. Justice will come. It's gonna look a little different than what people think, but justice will be fucking served. I have no fucking doubt about this whatsoever, dude. I look at the laws of this fucking universe. I look at what's gonna happen. I think about things that I know. And I realize that this universe is designed to correct itself. This is a self-correcting system that we are in. And just because things are stretched really far, it doesn't mean they won't snap back into place when the time is right. All we're doing is waiting for that fucking release, man. And, we'll see. Every day is unpredictable. I can think I'm going to do one thing, and then God can step in and a whole different thing can happen that day. So, yeah, it's crazy, right? I'm getting through to people. There are people who continue to hold space, even if they're not ready to take action. There's still a willingness to find consensus, find agreement on what that action should be. These are good signs, man. I feel like I'm taking up a lot of your guys' time. I just wanted to reaffirm my position and let you guys know that if you were trying to change my mind, it's been a futile effort, and I wish you guys a good night.